All right, so big tune alert. So before I give you guys the big tunes, I gotta shout out my brother G-Day for putting me on, and the album that I'm bumping and I'm gonna be having on heavy rotation is Brandon Banks by MAXO KREAM. Yo, this album is fire. I've been listening to it since yesterday, man, on repeat. It definitely bangs in the whip. So go check it out. I'm gonna have the link in the description. I got Spotify, so if you don't have Spotify, find him on, I'm sure he's on iTunes and all that, but that brother right there, tough tunes.
Running footage?
I still have that running footage, man, from, yeah. Yo, we got my man Yusuf here. He made a couple appearances on the vlogs, but this is season 4. How you doing, my man?
Doing great, man.
And tier 3 plus?
Tier 3 plus.
Tier 3 plus at Equinox Dartmouth Street. That's what's up. Me and Yusuf grinded out back in the day, and now he is prospering since I was no longer an influence on him. Anything you want to say to the audience? Like, where can they find you? Like, what do you do? All the above.
I mean, Caesar put it pretty straightforward. You know, we were just talking about how, you know, Caesar's saying everyone he knows is a trainer too, and everyone's just busy all the time. You know, we're working when other people aren't. You know, weeknights, weekends sometimes.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season, you know, busy time of year, which is, you know, has its pros and cons, but things are good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, man. I mean, you've been traveling and everything. I'm trying to catch up with you a little bit there.
Yeah, so where you headed? You're about to take off.
I'm going next week, going to West Coast, going to San Francisco, going to Napa.
Where you having breakfast?
We're going to Griddle Fresh.
There we go.
Griddle Fresh. And we're gonna get the pork benedict and the French toast, a la Caesar's recommendation. So I'm looking forward to it, you know.
Yeah, and they're gonna see the adventures on the gram. So
That's right.
Plug your
That's
social.
right. At House of El Corchi, you could put a little thing.
Yeah.
At House of El Corchi.
Right there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yo, you already know what time it is. We got Chris Neal in the building. We're getting ready to shoot an interview podcast today for the Lasagna podcast. And it's a good day for a great day. That's the same?
Yep, and we here to talk some shit. Let's go. But listen, here's the thing. Remember last time we had an episode, we said you gotta get into fuck it mode? Excuse my language, we can bleep that out.
Ain't
Remember
no
I said get in
bleeping,
fuck
it's
it
raw
mode?
and uncut,
we said fuck it mode. We about to have an interview right now. When did I bring up this interview? When did I bring it up? It was less than 24 hours ago, right?
Yeah.
Dude hit me up. I had a meeting. I was like, you know what? Wait a second. This dude would be a perfect guy to interview as far as the content that we're trying to produce, the narrative that we're trying to create, whatever. We was like, let me just hit him up. It's like, yo, you trying to do a podcast? He said, of course. So guess what? We about to do a podcast, about to do an interview. It literally came out of
with one stone.
It literally came out of a conversation, an email, a spur of the moment decision and say, hey, let's do a podcast. Less than 24 hours. Fucking mode. Just do the shit. Just do the shit. Ain't nothing to think about. Just do it.
Yo,
just do it.
Just do it. Just try. I had a video that said, remember the quote that you sent me? It was like, it ain't corny to try.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yo, it's just literally like now with this podcast, we're going to have a little tiny asset that's going to answer a ton of questions, or a ton of burning questions for us and the audience as well. So stay tuned for that. And yo, grinding on a Friday. Everybody's out of the office, but we still getting it in. All right, let's get it.
So,
yeah,
let's go.
So you want to go through a system, or you want to take a select group of coaches through a series of processes, right? So that it's repeatable, right? So first, one person, the head coach or the head agent, goes through it, and then teaches the next one up. They go through it, and then they develop like the educational material that they could use in-house. Once you're able to do that several times, then you now have a system that, like, basically you do step 1, step 2, step 3. Nothing fancy. Is like, hey, step 1, you create this flyer. Step 2, you write this specific copy. Step 3, this is how you close the sale, right? Then when you're able to do that, like, with repetition, with your eyes closed, now you have a system that is scalable, because now you can teach like a 5-year-old kid to do the same thing.
Exactly.
And then once you're able to do that, then it's now you start taking it into different firms. And then as your firm grows, because, you know, with success comes plenty of attention, then you're going to be asked to help assist others. So now you can go into acquisitions. Now you can acquire other firms and do the same practices in that firm, and then yada 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 until you get to that desired result.
Dude, so we going through this investigative research. Sounds like we already know what to do, but we just got to go through the steps.
We just got to do it.
You know what I'm saying? So
literally at the end of the day, it's like we can talk about it until our face is blue, but it's literally taking the first step.
So here's what we're going to do. Like I said, we're on a mission to build the $1 million brand. And we're going to have some other episodes kind of introduce you to some other brands that are kind of on the same mission. But when it comes to Thumbprint Realty, we're going to start documenting this process, kind of showing you guys where we're going, what the progress is looking like. Right now, if I had to name this particular phase, is building out the systems and processes. Mm-hmm. When you say systems and processes, it's like you have your business. When you think about your business, you have the skeleton and then you have the muscle, right? The skeleton is the general structure of your business. That's it's a shape. How it forms the shape. It's this how the arms do this, the legs do this, the hands do this, the head does this, the feet do this. What is the general structure of your business? At the end of the day, a real estate brokerage or as a real estate agent, there's a certain workflow that an agent always goes through. Okay, that's a skeleton. You know, acquiring the client from the point of client acquisition all the way down to the sale or purchase of a home. What does that look like? Understanding the buyer's journey and the seller's journey. Okay, we've defined that. After that, it's like, okay, since we know that process, how can we improve the efficiency of that process to make sure we don't have any lapses to where the customer experience isn't jeopardized? Okay, cool. Now that we had that skeleton in play, now you start inserting the muscle. Now the muscle is what makes me stronger than the next man or the next woman, right? Mm-hmm. We all have the same general structure, but what makes him more physically gifted than the next person is their muscle, their strength. So your brand is the muscle. So yes, in general, we do what most other agencies or brokerages do, which is help people find or buy or sell a home. But what is the experience of brand, things that we can implement that makes our brand experience unique and different from the next person and a lot stronger and a lot better than the next one? So that's where we start thinking about the Thumbprint brand and understanding. Now, once again, for one, we are not in the sales business. We've omitted that. No one wants to be sold anything anymore. When's the last time you walked through the mall and someone walked up to you trying to sell you something, some cosmetic project that you don't want? Mm-hmm. Get out my face. When's the last time a telemarketer called your phone and you were willing to have a very happy conversation? I'm not interested. No one wants to be sold anything. But one thing we do understand is that we are in the people business. We are in the people business. If we can put ourselves in a position to help the people in the community and help individuals better understand the value of home ownership, how to get into a home, how to properly sell a home, and understand how to contribute to wealth management and wealth growth, then at that point, people are naturally going to flow to us because they know that we're the most trusted in the industry. They know that we're not here to try to sell them anything and penny pinch them. We're here to actually help them propel themselves to have a prosperous future. Mm-hmm. We are in the people business. So that's like one thing. That's one example of many things that we put into play. But that's one thing that says, okay, that's how we're going to differentiate Thumbprint Realty versus everyone else. So that's kind of where we're at. We're going to keep you guys along. We're going to keep you guys posted on the journey and how this goes about. But systems and processes. That's create scalability. Yep. Now ask yourself, save yourself time, effort, and money. System. I love that acronym. I'm stealing that. I'm going to use it to all my clients. Facts. Now, before we conclude here, keep that in mind. Ask yourself about your business or your brand. Is it scalable? If you fall asleep today, will someone be able to pick up where you left off and continue your operations? If they can't, that means you haven't laid out the manual of your systems and processes so that other people can do the same thing that you do. Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. That's the tip of the day. You know what I'm saying? I would say congratulations, you reached greatness. Over and out. Let's go.